polar bears never meet because they live in different parts of the world.
This year I learned how to divide and spell really big words.
This year I learned that you can't copy Australian writing. This year I learned how to program games on Scratch. This year I learned that the dictionary is very helpful for spelling big words.
My favourite activity was the box sports because me and Zoe got to make a karate station, and it may be fake, but we got to have lots of fun and teach more people how to do karate.
My favourite activity was the haiku poems. My favourite activity this year was the box sports because I got to have lots of fun with all my friends.
I learned how to draw 3D shapes.
This year I learned the difference between the past and the future.
I really like writing about chameleons.
This year I learned how to code on Scratch.
I learned how to add 4-digit numbers. My favourite activity was writing Cinquain poems.
I learned how to use computers this year.
This year I learned my 4 times tables and my 7 times tables.
This year I learned how to log into Microsoft Office 365.
I learned in fertilizer there are types of chemicals that are encountered in chicken food. I learned that the other way around a times table, it's the same answer. 2 times 3 is 6 and 3 times 2 is 6. My favourite activity was doing a speech about koalas. Where do they live? They live in Queensland, ACT, New South Wales and Victoria. What 2 months in Sydney? Me?
This year my favourite activity was the swimming carnival when I went in all the races and I won them all.
I learned the difference between cent and cent.
I learned that there's proof that you have 12 fingers, and I can show you.
Show me.
1, skip those 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
I learned how to flip, slide and turn 2D shapes. My favourite activity was the swimming carnival because in the 50-metre race I came first. My favourite activity was making games on Scratch. This year I learned my 9 times tables.
This year I learned that there's 2 ways of making ing. The first way is to drop the E and then add ing, and the second way is to double the last letter before adding E or ing.
If the word